so let's continue with this piece and paint the eyes and potentially fix the face a little bit, because just to make her look a little bit more to what I had envisioned. Alright, so there's your eyeballs. I lock that layer, pick this up, go for a darker color using an airbrush. We're gonna brush in some darker tones on top and add in the pupil. Okay, perfect. And then we're gonna use probably that. See if that works. A lighter brown color to put in some of the details around the iris using a more orangey color. Why don't I use a symmetry tool? Because doesn't take that long, so there we go. We're gonna change up the colors a little bit, change up the hue, make it a little bit more yellow, and saturate a little bit more. And make sure your lines are always radiating out from the pupil. Okay, and we're going to switch back to an airbrush. Go in with a darker color and lightly put in some of the shading that we previously had. And we're going to go and pick up the color of the light, which is kind of this bright yellow color. Change the blending mode of our brush to color dodge. And I think this option's only available if you use Photoshop, unfortunately. If you don't use Photoshop, you can include or go in and create a color dodge layer and do it on a separate layer. We're going to go in and just add a little bit of highlight to the eyeball there. I'm going to add a bit more to this side because it is in the light, and it's probably going to catch the light on the inside of the lens or iris area, right? And it'll bounce around a little bit. So there we go. You're going to unlock it, change the blending mode of your brush back to normal. And, you know, pick another color that's maybe a slightly purpley color, right? And go around the outside of the eye. Just to loosen up that super tight edge just a bit. Okay, we're gonna go into the skin layer and knock out some of the line art that I have left. Alright, take the eyes and merge them down onto, what did I do? I'm not sure what this layer was. Anyways, merge them down onto the face. And create a new layer. We're gonna go to overlay and pick up a kind of a pinkish red color and add some pinkish red to the iris, or not the iris, the sclera, because your sclera are definitely not pure white. They would look very strange if they were pure white. I'm gonna add some of the blood vessels that go across your eye. Even though your eyes are not bloodshot, they're still gonna have some blood vessels. So, alright, merge that down. And turn on the line art again just to check where my shapes were. Okay, I'm going to take this more pink color, make it a little pinker, make it a little brighter, and we're gonna put in the top edge of the bottom lid. If you look at your eyes, your lids are not sticking directly flat onto your eyeball. That's what this part is. And then in the corner here, we're gonna just make it a little darker. It's a little too saturated. We'll make it a little more desaturated and make it slightly darker as well. There we go. I guess it's popular to have this like eye bag, the aegyo, whatever it's called these days. So we'll add the eye bag in, just to make it look cuter. We do need a highlight up top. Let's not use the green. Let's use pink. And then, so the top lid will also, it's probably not visible from this angle, but let's add some highlights to the top lid. Now, when drawing your character, also keep in mind the ethnicity of your character, because, I mean, obviously Asian eyes look very different from Caucasian eyes and etc. So I think this character that I'm going for is probably kind of Asian. We're not all monolids. I'm not a monolid, so there we go. Gonna add this eyelid up here. Use a slightly darker pink color, and you can just pick it up from the eye. You're gonna do the same thing on this side, add some more pink. Bit, and then this up top, you know, the surface of the bottom eyelid needs to be lighter because it's catching the light. And then from here you can also see the bottom of the top lid here that overhangs the eyeball, so put that in. Okay, great. Oh, her eyebrows look just as bad as mine. Okay, we're gonna loosen that up a bit and just brighten it up. Add some more shadow around the eye. I'm gonna clean up this bottom of the nose area, which has some of my residual line art that we don't want. In the meantime, also kind of fixed her nose shape because it was a little too hooked for my liking. I didn't really like it that hooked. And give it a bit more of a button look here. Okay, we're gonna go in with a soft brush and place in the eyebrows. And you can turn on your line art again just to double check where they are. And for the most part, they're under her hair. So. Okay, and I like to do this on a separate layer, so we're going to go separate layer and use a brush that I use for hair. It looks like this, right? So we use a smaller brush. We're going to go in and do the eyebrows, and the eyebrows they always grow up in the center and away from the center of the face, and then they come back down, and then there's hairs that grow downwards, and they meet in the middle. And then we are going to give her eyelashes. And eyelashes don't do this. They kind of curl, right? So we want our eyelashes to be curly. Establish 1, 2, 3, for... This seems to be a makeup trend these days as well, where the eyelashes are kind of clumped into like really big, almost cartoony eyelashes, right? Kind of go for that. You don't like it? Control Z. Control Z. I'm Canadian, so Control Z. Bottom lashes, same dish, same idea on this eyeball, right? I don't want to make them a little longer, so let's make them longer. Okay, and then we'll add some eyeliner, because why not? You can play with the makeup style as much as you want on your piece. Give her some wild looks. But for this one, I think I'm just going to go with a very standard kind of winged liner. I think so. It's not even that winged. Okay, I'm gonna lock that layer. I'm gonna go in with an airbrush and just lighten this side a little bit because it's towards the light, and then we're gonna go back to the skin layer. We're gonna pick up this texture brush again and pick up the light color and give her a highlight in the eyeball. And then we're also going to put a little bit of highlights on her tear line. And then underneath that layer, we're going to add another one, and we're going to do a lasso tool to kind of pick up the eye. And this is part of the reflection. We're going to maybe add some shadows to correspond to the hair. Or, you'll see what I mean. And you just cut some strips in that kind of look like the direction that her hair is going in. Control H to hide the marching ants. Go to your airbrush and airbrush in some of your reflected light. Okay, Control D to deselect. That's a bit too much, so we're going to go in with an airbrush again and get rid of some of it. And you can use that technique for anything that's slightly reflective, such as ceramic. Mostly ceramic. Is there anything else I can think of? Anyways, ceramic and other stuff that could be potentially slightly reflective. And I'm gonna go back to okay, I merge that down, go back to our eyeliner. Or no, I put our eyeliner on the layer. Okay, that's fine. So from here you can then, now everything is connected or merged down, so we can go to liquefy and just move a couple of things around. Oh no, it's not on the same layer. Where is it? Oh, I put on the hair layer. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna select this. I'm gonna go Control Shift J. Oops, Control Shift J on the hair layer. Separate out the eyelashes. Control Shift J. Okay. Get rid of this. Okay. Merge down. Then we're gonna go liquefy. And move some stuff around. move the edge of the eye in a little bit. Okay. I think your eyes are a little bit too contrasty, so we're going to create a clipping layer. We're going to go overlay, pick up a lighter color, and kind of just go over the eye a little bit. And if that's still kind of not great, we can go and create a lighten layer and lighten it slightly. There we go. I'll merge both of those down. And we'll go in and filter liquefy again. Give her a bit more of a button nose. We're gonna move her jawline up a little bit. Great. And I think the edges of her eyes are still a little bit too dark. So if I just change my brush to a lighten brush, pick a slightly less saturated orange. And there we go. What did I merge down onto? Okay, let's not merge that down. And then the hair, we can go in and fix a little bit with one of our brushes. Just unlock it. Fix some of the shapes. Okay, and that wraps up the eyes. Next time I will do the hair. Alright, thanks for watching. See you guys.